playing games on PC is great. You know, PlayStation have started putting their games on PC, Microsoft have started putting their games on PC. It's only inevitable that Nintendo are going to start putting their games on PC. And with how accessible a lot of games are with things like Steam sales, with them going down to dirt cheap prices, it is the best time to be playing on PC. But with all this good stuff comes quite a lot of bad. And one of those things that I want to talk about is choice paralysis, because that is something I struggle with so much. If you don't know what choice paralysis is, it's having too much of a good thing where you don't know what to choose, so you end up just not choosing anything. And this ties into game backlogs. So as you can see on my screen here, this is my game backlog. There are 204 games in here. It has just been growing for years and years, and I can't stop buying games for it. I am slowly whittling through it. You know, there are a lot of games that were on here originally that are no longer on here, but there have been a lot of days where I've come back from work and I've looked at this huge list of games and I'm just like, I don't know what to play. Like, I do want to play a game, but because there's so much choice and there's so many different things I want to play, I just end up getting burnt out and thinking, oh, I just won't play anything then. And I think that's an issue that a lot of people deal with. You know, it's a big problem, and it's why a lot of people, especially on PC, have such big backlogs of games that they just probably will never play in their entire life. Like, there are so many games now that realistically, unless you have all the time in the world, you're just not gonna realistically get through every game that exists or every game that you own. On Steam, I have 1,200 games. I know that is incredibly embarrassing, but I'm not going to be playing through all of them. I know for a fact I'm not going to be playing through all of them. But I have found a method to help me get through some of these games on my backlog. And one of those methods is when I think of a game that I want to play, like as soon as it comes to my mind, for example, Red Dead 1 here. For example, if this comes to my mind and I'm like, oh, I want to play this, instead of just thinking, do I want to play it though? Do I really? I just click it and force myself to press play. That is what you need to do if you're struggling with choice paralysis. The hardest thing about it is pressing the play button, and you just need to not think about it. Don't overthink about it. Don't double guess. Just do it. Like Stalker 2. Oh yeah, I want to play Stalker 2. Bam, play. I'll be playing it for a few hours, and then maybe if I'm enjoying it the next day, I'll be like, oh, I'm going to play more Stalker 2. And then before you know it, I've finished it. Game's out my backlog. But it's a bit of an issue. It's a bit of a problem that I deal with. I have way too many games. Way too many games. That I definitely, like, I really want to play a lot of these. Like Persona 3. I'm slowly making my way through Persona 3. I'm only 11 hours in. I'm not even a quarter of the way through. I remember I beat Persona 5 around this time last year, and that took me like 70 hours. But like, I had Persona 5 sat in my library for a good like year before I actually committed to playing it. And that was just because on a whim I was like, I'm kind of craving a JRPG, and I just pressed play. And an extremely daunting, huge game that I was kind of dreading from my backlog it's gone. It's just out of it now. I'm probably going to do the same with Persona 3, but, you know, if I'm not feeling like playing a big, long game, I'll just be like, oh, I want to play Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition, or Metal Eden. You know, these are just examples, you know. I just thought it'd be fun to make this quick little video to talk about my opinion on choice paralysis, because it is a problem that a lot of people deal with. And one of the worst feelings you can have is sitting there looking at your library of so many games you want to play and just thinking, I don't actually want to play anything anymore, because, you know, we all play games for the same reason. We want to have fun. And yeah, I hope this tiny little discussion video helps at least someone, because this is a pretty shitty thing to deal with. And one of those games that you should be playing right now is The Evil Within. Now this is a game that no matter, even if you have a backlog, you just if you own the Evil Within, you just gotta play it. And a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, that being Pitstab, Bouncer Storm Productions, and Daniel Levchenko. Thank you guys so much for being supporters. And we got our first channel member on the channel as well, fellas, so a huge thank you to Resistance Lion, absolute legend. Thank you so much. If you want to become a Patreon member or a channel member, you'll get a shout out at the end of every single video just like this. And I'll see you all in the next video.